Let's start with the question. What are the most profitable meals and elixirs I can cook? I know how to make delicious food and handy elixirs. I've also found that I have a ton of some ingredients, while others are more scarce. And most importantly, rupees seem extremely scarce this early on in the game. I've also noticed that cooked food tends to sell for much more than the cost of the component. Ingredients. What recipes offer the best margins in this respect? I'm curious about recipes that offer high yield using commonly farmable ingredients like bokoblin, parts and butterflies and apples and bird legs. But also especially any that offer a high multiplier on the value of rupees spent purchasing component ingredients, if any. So how can we solve this? There are 5 possible answers. Answer 1. I personally hunt for raw gourmet meat and raw prime meat mainly around the snowy northwest fields of the map from wolves, moose and the fur rhinos using boomerangs on foot or halberds and spears on horseback. Quick press of the X button to jump, dismount and gather before they freeze in colder weather. I gather weapons from the ice lizalfoes in the area. Fire arrows FTW here. Use dismount quick draw if riding your horse. I cook a meat skewer from 4 raw gourmet and 1 raw prime meat to get a 25 plus skewer worth 440. I look at it as 100 per each gourmet and 40 for the prime, and I can cook it near Beetle and sell it as many times a day as I want. Cheers Beetle. Hope this helps. I haven't really looked too far into other recipes because this just worked well for me early on. Answer 2. Tried and true. 2x raw gourmet meat, 2x rock salt, 1x hearty truffle equals 230 rupees. I sold mine to the market lady on the southeastern beach, but I've sold them elsewhere too. I feel like I ran across a higher price selling meal but can't remember the recipe. I think it was a fluke. Answer 3. So I did some poking around. And while the numbers in at Pyrite seem reasonable, I feel like there's got to be a way to game the system. At least, given what we know about rounding. So I did some playing around with some single items. And found that a single apple, 3 rupee sell price, sells for 10 rupees when cooked. For a grand total profit value of 3.33x. Interestingly, if you cook 5 of them, you get an item that sells for 50 rupees. For a true multiplier of also 3.33x. However, you can do better. A single acorn can sell for 2 rupees. And due to some vagaries at the low end, still sells for 8 rupees. When cooked, for a multiplier of 4x, which is the highest that I've seen so far. Interestingly, 5 of them sell for only 30 rupees. Which certainly follows the right pattern. Namely 5*2 equals 10. And sells for 28 rounded to 30 rupees. For a profit multiplier of 3x, which is less than the 4x you get by cooking just 1. The system favors cheaper items than more expensive items due to weirdness of rounding at low numbers. While this gives you the maximum margin of difference between the ingredient sell price and the cooked value that I've found so far, it's not fast to do. However, but you do make more total difference between sale price of ingredients vs. selling price of cooked food, that way than other things that I've come across. Perhaps a more in-depth way to figure it out would be good. If you can find 1,000 rupees worth of acorns, 500 of them, they'll sell for 4,000 rupees. Which is more than any other set of combination of items. With an ingredient sale price of 1,000 will sell for apples, and other 3 rupee base price items will sell for up to 3,333 rupees. 250 of 4 rupee base items will sell for about 3,000 rupees cooked. When combined into 5 items, only 2,500 otherwise. And everything else is between 2,800 and 3,000. Very time consuming. How the heck are you going to find 500 acorns? Plus then cook one at a time. Then vendor 500 items. But maximizes profits at the expense of time. Generally, the post that at Pyrite made is correct, though. Answer 4. 5 raw gourmet meats cooked equals full recovery meat skewer equals $490 best I've found so far other than a $500 diamond. Answer 5. 5 Endura carrots cooked at Blood Moon sells for 420 rupees. I hope these answers helped, and if they did, please drop a comment and subscribe.